My name is Leichty and I'm a fourth generation turkey farmer. My great-grandpa started raising turkeys back in the 30s. That was my great-grandpa Henry, and then my grandpa Ellis, my dad's dad, he raised turkeys all the time he was farming. My dad and my uncle would brood turkeys when I was younger, so I always got experience filling feeders and getting the brooder house set up for the baby turkeys. And then my uncle Kevin took over the farm. My grandpa retired, and he'd been raising turkeys in the brooder house for area farmers for the last 20 years. I've always wanted to farm as long as I can remember. When I was younger, I'd always come with my dad over to my grandpa Leichty's farm and my grandpa Beckler's farm also. And I guess with my grandpa's farming and a few of my uncles, it's just all I knew, and the only thing I wanted to do since I was young. And about 3 years ago, I joined my uncle's farming operation. They had asked me if I would. They knew I always wanted to farm and asked me if I would want to join them. And so 3 years ago we put up these grow sheds and I started raising turkeys, and we also raised some row crops. Raising the turkeys, my #1 priority is keeping them comfortable. If they're not comfortable and happy, you don't have healthy birds. And I want to be a good steward of the things that God has given me, and I want to take good care of the animals that He's entrusted to me. And so when we built these sheds, we went and put tunnel ventilation in. We can run fans, can get about a 5 to 7 mile an hour breeze going through the sheds in the summer to keep the turkeys cool. We also put some sprinkler lines in for evaporative cooling. They run when the fans are running. And then also we put in some newer water lines to try to keep back on the water that turkeys waste, and also the automatic feed system, that they also have an access to feed all the time and fresh water. We also have heaters for the winter to keep the shed warm, keep the turkeys comfortable, and we also have minimum ventilation, exhaust fans in the winter to always keep fresh air, and keep the ammonia levels down, and so the birds always have a comfortable environment to live in. A couple years ago I saw that the coalition was advertising their Green Farmstead initiative to have farmers plant trees around their livestock buildings, and I thought it looked like a good idea. Once the trees are established, get some growth to them, will help save some LP in the winter by reducing the wind speed, and also help with drifting snow. We don't have to clean as much off our driveway, I'm hoping. And also just the trees planted out front, I hope that they just help the appearance of this location and make it look a little neater. By working with the coalition and the Green Farmstead program, I was able to make sure that the trees were properly spaced from the building, and make sure that they were properly spaced to get the maximum benefit for a windbreak, and also to make sure that the trees did not cause any unintended consequences. I think our local community has really benefited from the livestock and agriculture in general in the area. In the Wayland area, roughly 1 million turkeys are raised, and so a lot of that money is returned to the community, and a lot of economic growth has taken place. A lot of new businesses going in Wayland, and people have a place of employment and don't need to leave the area to go find jobs elsewhere. They can stay locally and raise their family here in a rural setting.